All right, here we go with the update on the property and casualty curriculum for September 1st of 2022. As you may know, the Department of Insurance publishes a course content outline for all of the different licenses and all of the disciplines that they offer. This is the course syllabus or the outline of topics for the property and casualty license. General lines agent for property and casualty. Notice this is published yearly on September 1st. So this is now the current syllabus until September 1st of 2023. This is the property and casualty outline of course topics. And in fact, this is the only thing the Department of Insurance shares with us or publishes. There's no book, pamphlet, handbook, nothing that you can get from the Department of Insurance that actually goes into all of the material. All they provide is this outline of topics, and then they leave it to people like me and others to write a class to actually teach you all of this material. But this answers the big question, what's on the test? This is what's on the test. And look at this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. That's what's on the test, a lot. So anybody who tells you that you can do a drive-by and in just a couple of hours and then go and pass this exam, please don't waste your money, right? I mean, look, that's what's on this test. And that is no joke. That is a lot of information. And the only way is just do the work, study and learn, and put aside any thoughts of, shortcuts or, no, we're just going to do the work. That's how we do it here at Test Crushers. There's plenty of places that will sell you flashcards and memory tricks and stupid stuff that's just going to confuse you, but not here. All right. This is what's on the test from the Department of Insurance. And I built the entire course around this outline to make sure that everything that they're talking about is represented here in your course. And then the outline from the Department of Insurance is indexed by me to my course. And so it tells you in which block or lesson any one topic that you're looking at. And sometimes it'll tell you down to the page number in the book where a certain topic is discussed. And so this is your checklist. Before you would go anywhere near the testing center, you'd have to be able to go down this outline, all 4 pages, and yep, yeah, I know what that means. Law of large numbers, yeah, I know what that means. Pure versus speculative risk, yeah, I got that. Commercial liability, premises liability versus operations liability, and products, yeah, I remember all that, right? And if not, then it tells you where in your course to go and find that information. So that's how you would use this extremely long syllabus of topics. It's a checklist, and until you know what you're talking about on this checklist, you'd have no business trying to pass the exam. All right, so let's break this down and show us here what's in store. First, there's going to be section 1 of the exam, which is insurance policy knowledge and industry knowledge, etc. There's going to be 110 questions. Notice it says 100 scoreable questions and then 10 pre-test questions that don't count. They don't count. And then there's no way for you to know which 10 don't count. They're not identified in any way. So it's not the fairest thing in the world because you have to answer those extra 10 questions. It could take you 15 minutes to get through those questions, and they don't count. It's just the department testing new questions and testing new answers and, trying to get it right before they put it in the real question rotation. They have a massive question bank, and they constantly have to add new questions and mix it up, or everyone would sort of catch up with the test. And then, so it's an ongoing process that they have to do, but there it is. You have to answer 110 questions and only 100 of them actually count, and you have no idea which ones don't count. And so there's no strategy that we can offer up to deal with that. It's just is what it is. All right. So 110 questions about insurance. And then the computer will stop and it says you've completed section 1 of your exam, all of the insurance policy knowledge, etc. And then a secondary test will open up And this is going to cover Department of Insurance rules, regulations, and compliance, and hot topics for you to understand as a license holder if you want to continue to be a license holder, things that you better not do and things that you had better do. So that's another 30 questions that count, plus 5 questions that don't count. And then that's it. You have one clock that runs the whole time. 150 minutes, 2.5 hours, more than enough time to get through all of that material. The one further helpful thing that's on this content outline is it tells you how many questions on the test come from each category. So, for example, Roman numeral 1, types of policies, you'll see 22 questions from that category, randomly chosen from literally thousands. And that's the thing. When you sit down for this test, there are thousands and thousands of questions available. They're going to pull 110 for you. And they could be the 110 gnarliest, craziest questions, or they could be 110 of the easiest ones. You don't know. Nobody knows. There's no way to strategize. But 22 of them will have to do with Roman numeral 1 types of policies. And then Roman numeral 2, insurance terms and related concepts, 15 questions. Roman numeral 3, policy provisions and contract law, 13 questions, and so on and so on and so on. So it does tell you how each section is weighted compared to others. So it's pretty evenly distributed, really. There's not any place where you can kind of skate. And so I just do this first up front so that people get a sense of what this is going to take to get through this material in a fair and interesting way that will allow you to then turn around and tell it back to them on test day. So it's all very comprehensively presented to you and indexed, and all of the tools that you're going to need to get you through on test day are here. This is what's on the test, and this is what your course is all about. So that's it. Only thing that remains is to get to work and get through this material as quickly and as interestingly as possible so that we can be successful on test day. That's what it's all about.